Mm-hmm. Oops, I did it again. Turn. All right, let me fix it that time. All right, happy Sabbath, everyone. Gonna start reading Numbers today. And I've got the Septuagint pulled up here, Brenton Septuagint, the Samaritan Pentateuch, the Dead Sea Scrolls fragments, King James Version, Blue Letter Bible, to check out the words. Say we want to see a word in here, go to Numbers and click on, here's the text in the KJV, translated the Hebrew here, the Masoretic Hebrew, and you can go down here and check the words out. The Pseudo Jonathan Targum may reference it a little bit. Numbers, got it pulled up here. It's called the Palestinian Targum of the Book of Numbers. And also, I'm going to pull up the Thompson Septuagint. So, alright, so let's go check what we got here. Numbers 1. Okay, it starts at 1 on the scroll, 4Q23, Leviticus Numbers. So, not a whole lot. You'll notice here in the Dead Sea Scrolls that it has his name in the scrolls they found, Yahuwah. They say Yahweh, but I say it's Yahuwah. And you'll notice in our modern translations that they have removed this. So somewhere along the line, someone decided we can't say his name. Well, the original Levites, John the Baptist, keepers of Scripture, and the Messiah out in the wilderness of Judea believed that we could use his name. So who do we believe? I'm going to go with John the Levites and say we should use his name. So Yahuwah spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tent of meeting on the first day of the second month, in the second year after they had come out of the land of Egypt, saying, take a census of all the congregation of the children of Israel, by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, every male, one by one, from 20 years old and upward, all who are able to go out to war in Israel. You and Aaron shall count them by their divisions. With you there shall be a man of every tribe, each one head of his father's house. These are the names of the men who shall stand with you. Of Reuben, Elizur the son of Shadur. So we got 5 to 21 is going to be, yep. So let's go to the Samaritan Pentateuch. 5 names: Elizur the son of Shadur, of Simeon, Shelumiel the son of Zurishaddai, of Judah, Nashon the son of Amminadab, of Issachar, Nathaniel the son of Zuar, of Zebulun, Eliab the son of Helon, of the children of Joseph, of Ephraim, Elishama the son of Amminahud, of Manasseh, Gamaliel the son of Pedazur, of Benjamin, Abidan the son of Gideoni, of Dan, Ahiezer the son of Amishadai. Hard names to pronounce. Of Asher, Pagiel the son of Okran, of Gad, Elisaph the son of Duel, of Naphtali, Ahira the son of Anan. These were the renowned of the congregation, princes of the tribes of their fathers, heads of thousands in Israel. And that's interesting. This guy, let's see. So I just started reading numbers in the Samaritan Pentateuch translation here today. And so the first chapter, verse 16. These are they who were called of the congregation, the leaders of their fathers' tribes. They were the heads of the thousands of Yisrael. Must be another section. Calls them the chiefs. Which princes is okay. Same thing. Princes, chiefs. And Moses and Aaron took these men which are expressed by their names, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward. Excuse me. This is something to pay attention to here. 20 years old and upward. In the Dead Sea Scrolls, they couldn't enter the community until they were 20 years old and upward. So that's the age of when they entered the responsibility of being in the community, when they were numbered for war, 20 years old and upward. By their polls, as Yahuwah commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai. And the children of Reuben, Israel's eldest son, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. Of the children of Simeon, by their generations after their families, by the house of their fathers, those that were numbered of them, according to the number of the names, by their polls, every male from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. There it is repeated again. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Simeon, were 59,300. Of the children of Gad, by their generations, and I think we're a little bit past it. Yep, so we got 21 here. Those who were counted of them, of the tribe of Reuben, were 46,500. So that's a little easier to read, how they have it here, 46,500. Of the children of Simeon, their generations, by their families, by their fathers' houses, those who were counted of it, according to the number of the names, one by one, every male from 20 years old and upward, all who were able to go out to war. So it stops after 22 to 36. So we're on 24 here. Of the children of Gad, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Gad, were 45,650. Of the children of Judah, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Judah, were 314,600. Of the children of Issachar, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Issachar, were 54,400. Of the children of Zebulun, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Zebulun, were 57,400. Of the children of Joseph, namely, of the children of Ephraim, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. 36. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Ephraim, were 40,500. Of the children of Manasseh, by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Manasseh, were 32,200 of the children of Benjamin by their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. So that is 36. Of the children of Benjamin, that's back to the Dead Sea Scrolls, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all who were able to go out to war. Those who were counted of them, of the tribe of Benjamin, were 35,400. Of the children of Dan, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all who were able to go out to war. Those who were counted of them, of the tribe of Dan, were 62,700. Of the children of Asher, their generations by their families, by their fathers' houses, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all who were able to go out to war. And so 41. Samaritan Pentateuch, those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Asher, were 41,500. To the children of Naphtali, throughout their generations, after their families, by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war. Those that were numbered of them, even of the tribe of Naphtali, were 53,400. These are those that were numbered, which Moses and Aaron numbered, and the princes of Israel, being 12 men, each one was for the house of its fathers. So were all those that were numbered of the children of Israel by the house of their host, from 20 years old and upward, all that were able to go forth to war in Israel. Even all they that were numbered were 600,000 and 300,000 and 550. 600,000. But the Levites after the tribe of their fathers were not numbered among them, for Yahuwah had spoken unto Moses. That's 48. Let's see. For Yahuwah spoke to Moses. This is scroll 1Q3, Paleo Leviticus Numbers. This is Paleo Hebrew, the original Hebrew. Yahuwah, saying, only the tribe of Levi you shall not count, neither shall you take a census of them among the children of Israel, but appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of the testimony, and over all its furnishings, and over all that belongs to it. They shall carry the tabernacle and all its furnishings, and they shall take care of it, and shall encamp around it. That is 50. Yep, 50. And we got encamp around the tabernacle, and when the tabernacle setteth forward, the Levites shall take it down. Wish that would quit popping up. And when the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up, and the stranger that cometh nigh shall be put to death. And the children of Israel shall pitch their tents, every man by his own camp, and every man with his own hand, throughout their hosts. But the Levites shall pitch round about the tabernacle of the testimony, that there be no wrath upon the congregation of the children of Israel. And the Levites shall keep the charges of the tabernacle of testimony. And the children of Israel did according to all that Yahuwah commanded Moses, so did they. So we got Numbers 2. So we got a few fragments here in Numbers 2. And never did go to it there. Targum, where's the Sinai? Yeah, this has sections of the Jerusalem Targum built into it. You'll see in the brackets there. There's some. So let's see, go to 18. Numbers chapter 2. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, Every man of the children of Israel shall pitch by his own standard, with the ensign of their father's house, far off about the tabernacle of the congregation, shall they pitch, and on the east side toward the rising of the sun shall they of the standard of the camp of Judah pitch throughout their armies. And Nashon the son of Amminadab shall be captain of the children of Judah, and his host, and those that were numbered of him were 14,600. And those that do pitch next unto him shall be the tribe of Issachar, and Nathanael the son of Zuar shall be captain of the children of Issachar, and his host, and those that were numbered thereof were 54,400. And then the tribe of Zebulun, and Eliab the son of Helon shall be captain of the children of Zebulun, and his host, and those that were numbered thereof were 57,400. All that were numbered in the camp of Judah were 100,000 and fourscore thousand and 6,400 throughout their armies. These shall first set forth. On the south side shall be the standard of the camp of Reuben according to their armies, and the captain of the children of Reuben shall be Elizur the son of Shadur, and his hosts, and those that were numbered thereof were 46,500. And those which pitch by him shall be the tribe of Simeon, and the captain of the children of Simeon shall be Shelumiel the son of Zurishaddai, and his host, and those that were numbered of him were 59,300. Then the tribe of Gad, and the captain of the sons of Gad shall be Elisaph the son of Ruel, and his host, and those that were numbered of him were 45,650. All that were numbered in the camp of Reuben were 100,050, and 100,450 throughout their armies. And they shall set forth in the second rank. Then the tabernacle of the congregation shall set forward with the camp of the Levites in the midst of the camp. As they encamp, so shall they set forward, every man in his place by their standards. And Numbers 2 from scroll 4Q23, Leviticus Numbers scroll. This was a scroll that had both Leviticus and Numbers in it. On the west side shall be the standard of the camp of Ephraim, according to their divisions. The prince of the children of Ephraim shall be Elishama the son of Ammihud. So you got one scroll there that's got Leviticus and Numbers in it. So they went together. And 19. And his host, and those that were numbered of him were 40,500. Next to him shall be the tribe of Manasseh. The prince of the children of Manasseh shall be Gamaliel the son of Pedahzur. So Ephraim and Manasseh are side by side. Going to 31. And his host, and those that were numbered of him were 32,200. Then the tribe of Benjamin, and the captain of the sons of Benjamin shall be Abidan the son of Gideoni. And his host, and those that were numbered of him were 35,400. All that were numbered of the camp of Ephraim were 100,000 and 8,100 throughout their armies, and they shall go forward in the rank. The standard of the camp of Dan shall be on the north side by their armies, and the captain of the children of Dan shall be Ahiezer the son of Ammishaddai, and his host. We're going to 31. His host, and those that were numbered of him were 2,700, and those that encamp by him shall be the tribe of Asher, and the captain of the children of Asher shall be Pagiel the son of Ochran, and his host, and those that were numbered of him were 41,500. Then the tribe of Naphtali, and the captain of the children of Naphtali shall be Ahira the son of Enan, and his host, and those that were numbered of him were 53,400. All who were counted of the camp of Dan were 157,600. They shall set out last by their standards. Dan had a pretty good amount there. These are those who were counted of the children of Israel by their fathers' houses. All who were counted of the camps according to their armies were 603,550. So Dan had 157,000 out of 603,000 Israelites. Wow. Dan made up the biggest majority of Israel. So, 3. Alright, so we got scroll here with 3. Starts at verse 3. So Numbers 3, Samaritan Pentateuch. These also are the generations of Aaron and Moses in the day that Yahuwah spake with Moses in Mount Sinai. And these are the names of the sons of Aaron: Nadab the firstborn, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. These are the names of the sons of Aaron. The priests who were anointed. This is scroll 4Q23. Also Leviticus, Numbers, one scroll. Whom they were consecrated to minister in the priest office. And when it's got a strike through like this, it means it's in the text that we have, our modern text, but it's not in the scroll. When it's like this, it is in the scroll, but not in our modern text. So this scroll reads, whom they were consecrated to minister in the priest office. Nadab and Abihu died before Yahuwah when they offered strange fire before Yahuwah in the wilderness of Sinai, and they had no children. Eleazar and Ithamar ministered in the priest office in the presence of Aaron their father. Yahuwah spoke to Moses, saying, bring the tribe of Levi near, and set them before Aaron the priest, that they may minister to him. They shall keep his requirements and the requirements of the whole congregation before the tent of meeting, to do the service of the tabernacle. They shall keep all the furnishings of the tent of meeting and the obligations of the children of Israel to do the service of the tabernacle. You shall give the Levites to Aaron and to his sons. They are wholly given to him on the behalf of the children of Israel. You shall appoint Aaron and his sons, and they shall keep their priesthood, but the stranger who comes near shall be put to death. Yahuwah spoke to Moses, saying, behold, I have taken the Levites from among the children of Israel, instead of all the firstborn who open the womb among the children of Israel, and the Levites shall be mine. For all the firstborn are mine. On the day that I struck down all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I made holy to me all the firstborn in Israel, both man and animal. They shall be mine. I am Yahuwah. Yahuwah spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, saying, count the children of Levi by their families, their fathers' houses by their families. You shall count every male from a month old and upward. Moses counted them according to Yahuwah's word, as he was commanded. Missing. 17. And these were the sons of Levi by their names: Gershon, Kohath, and Merari. These are the names of the sons of Gershon by their families: Libni and Shimei. The sons of Kohath by their families: Amram, Izhar, Hebron, and Uzziel. 19. Well, that scroll ends at 51. This one starts at 40. This one starts at 38. So we'll go from 19 or 20 to 38. 20. All right. And the sons of Merari by their families: Mali and Mushi. These are the families of the Levites according to the house of their fathers. Of Gershon was the family of the Libnites, and the family of the Shemites. These are the families of the Gershonites, those that were numbered of them according to the number of all the males from a month old and upward. Even those that were numbered of them were 7,500. The families of the Gershonites shall pitch behind the tabernacle westward, and the chief of the house of the father of the Gershonites shall be Elisaph the son of Lael, And the charge of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of the congregation shall be the tabernacle and the tent, the covering thereof, and the hanging for the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And let's see, 38. And the hangings of the court, and the curtain for the door of the court, which is by the tabernacle and by the altar round about, and the cords of it for all the service thereof. And of Kohath was the family of the Amramites, and the family of the Ezrahites, and the family of the Hebronites, and the family of the Uzalites. These are the families of the Kohathites. In the number of all the males from a month old and upward were 8,600, keeping the charge of the sanctuary. The families of the sons of Kohath shall pitch on the side of the tabernacle southward, and the chief of the house of the father of the families of the Kohathites shall be Elizaphan the son of Uziel, and their charge shall be the ark, and the table, and the candlestick, and the altars, and the vessels of the sanctuary wherewith they minister, and the hanging, and all the service thereof. And Eleazar the son of Aaron the priest shall be chief over the chief of the Levites, and have the oversight of them that keep the charge of the sanctuary. Of Merari was the family of the Mahlites, and the family of the Mushites. These are the families of Merari, and those that were numbered of them, according to the number of all the males, from a month old and upward, were 6,200. And the chief of the house of the father of the families of Merari was Zuriel the son of Abihail. These shall pitch on the side of the tabernacle northward, and under the custody and charge of the sons of Merari shall be the boards of the tabernacle, and the bars thereof, and the pillars thereof, and the sockets thereof, and all the vessels thereof, and all that serveth thereto, and the pillars of the court round about it, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords. So here we have scroll 2Q6, numbers. So this scroll had numbers by itself. Those who encamp before the tabernacle eastward in front of the tent of meeting toward the sunrise shall be Moses and Aaron and his sons. Now that's interesting. And, scrolls were long and they had to take and roll them out. So did they have a scroll for if they had a short reading of numbers? So they would just roll out the short scroll. Or if they had a longer reading, and they'd read Leviticus and Numbers together and roll out the long scroll. It's interesting. And Aaron and his sons keeping the requirements of the sanctuary for the duty of the children of Israel. The stranger who comes near shall be put to death. All who were counted of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron counted at the commandment of Yahuwah. Notice they were counted at the commandment of Yahuwah. Later, David got in trouble for this because he made his census. It wasn't at the command of Yahuwah. By their families, all the males from a month old and upward were 22,000. Yahuwah said to Moses, count all the firstborn males of the children of Israel from a month old and upward, and take the number of their names. You shall take the Levites for me. I am Yahuwah. Instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the livestock of the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the livestock of the children of Israel. 41 there. So here's 42 in scroll 4Q121 Septuagint numbers. So this scroll was found in the Greek. Doesn't come from Ptolemy. The Septuagint comes from the Hebrews, the Levites, and the Dead Sea Scrolls, who were translating it into Greek. 41, 42. Moses counted as Yahuwah commanded him all the firstborn among the children of Israel, all the firstborn males according to the number of names from a month old and upward. Of those who were counted of them were 22,273. 42 to 50, 51, 51. So, and all the firstborn males by the number of names from a month old and upward, of those that were numbered of them were 20,213. And Yahuwah stopped doing that. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moses, saying, take the Levites instead of all the firstborn among the children of Israel, and the cattle of the Levites instead of their cattle, and the Levites shall be mine. I am Yahuwah. And for those that are to be redeemed of the 213 of the firstborn of the children of Israel, which are more than the Levites, thou shalt even take 5 shekels apiece by the poll. After the shekel of the sanctuary shalt thou take them. The shekel is 20 gerahs, and thou shalt give the money wherewith the odd number of them is to be redeemed unto Aaron and to his sons. And Moses took the redemption money of them that were over and above them, that were redeemed by the Levites, 50. Yep. From the firstborn of the children of Israel he took the money, 1,365 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary. And Moses gave the redemption money to Aaron and to his sons, according to Yahuwah's word, as Yahuwah commanded Moses. 51. Yep, so that's it for there. Chapter 4. Not very many changes there. Okay, 3 manuscripts: Septuagint numbers, Leviticus numbers, and Numbers. Alright, we'll just continue on here. So, Numbers 4, scroll 2Q6. Yahuwah spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, Take a census of the sons of Kohath from among the sons of Levi, by their families, by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward, even until 50 years old, all who enter into the service to do the work in the tent of meeting. So, see, there's a cutoff there, 50 years old. If you go to, is that it? Probably not. Let's see. Here we go. Wrong one. So if you go to Giza Verm's Dead Sea Scrolls, do a short reference here. Well, if it'll load up, I'll come back to that. All right. Until 50 years old, all who enter into the service to do the work in the tent of meeting. So there. Yep. This scroll here, 4Q23. Till 50 years old. All who enter to do the work in the tent of meeting. This is the service of the sons of Kohath in the tent of meeting regarding the most holy things. When the camp moves forward, Aaron shall go in with his sons, and they shall take down the veil of the screen, cover the ark of the testimony with it, put a covering of sealskin on it, spread a blue cloth over it, and put it in its poles. Blue cloth. Very interesting. The priest's clothing had blue in them. On the table of showbread they shall spread a blue cloth, and put on it the dishes, the spoons, the bowls, and the cups with which they pour out, and the continual bread shall be on it. They shall spread on them a scarlet cloth, and cover the same with a covering of sealskin, and shall put in its poles. They shall take a blue cloth, and cover the lampstand of the light, its lamps, its snuffers, its snuff dishes, and all its oil vessels, with which they minister to it. They shall put it and all its vessels within a covering of sealskin, and they shall put it on the frame. On the golden altar they shall spread a blue cloth, and cover it with a covering of sealskin, and shall put it in its poles. They shall take all the vessels of the ministry with which they minister in the sanctuary, and put them in a blue cloth, cover them with a covering of sealskin, and shall put them on the frame. 12 to 40. Okay, this is 4Q 121, Septuagint numbers. So they shall take away the ashes from the altar and spread a purple cloth on it. They shall put on it all its vessels with which they minister about, the fire pans, the meat hooks, the shovels, and the basins, all the vessels of the altar, and they shall spread on it a covering of sealskin and put in it its poles. When Aaron and his sons have finished covering the sanctuary, and all the furniture of the sanctuary, as the camp moves forward, after that the sons of Kohath shall come to carry it, but they shall not touch the sanctuary lest they die. These things are the burden of the sons of Kohath in the tent of meeting. The duty of Eleazar, the son of Aaron, the priest, shall be the oil for the light, the sweet incense, the continual meal offering, and the anointing oil, the requirements of all the tabernacle and of all that is in it, the sanctuary and its furnishings. 16. So 16 to 40. Yep. Scroll fragments. I wonder sometimes that the scroll cut off there. Yep. 16 to 40. Yeah. Yep, we ended at 16. 17. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses and unto Aaron, saying, Cut ye not off the tribe of the families of the Kohathites from among the Levites, but thus do unto them, that they may live and not die. When they approach unto the most holy things, Aaron and his sons shall go in, and appoint them every one to do his service and to his burden. But this they shall not go in to see when the holy things are covered, lest they die. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Take also the sum of the sons of Gershon throughout the houses of their fathers by their families, from 30 years old and upward, and until 50 years old shalt thou number them, all that enter in to perform the service, to do the work in the tabernacle of the congregation. This is the service of the families of the Gershonites, to serve and for burdens, and they shall bear the curtains of the tabernacle, and the tabernacle of the congregation, his covering, and the covering of the badger skins that is upon it, and the hanging for the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. That's interesting. They got badger skins there. Yeah, badger skins. Dead Sea Scrolls says seal skins. Samaritan Pentateuch says badger skins. Numbers 4. Scarlet cloth in the Septuagint. Badger skins, verse 25. It just says bear the skins of the tabernacle in the Septuagint. Cloth of blue. KJV's got a little bit going for it. Badger skins. Matches the Samaritan Pentateuch, not the Dead Sea Scrolls. Let's see. Thompson Septuagint. And Mm-hmm. 25. Yeah, it just says skin. Thompson Septuagint. Blue skin covering. 26 and the hangings of the court, and the hanging for the door of the gate of the court, which is by the tabernacle, and by the altar round about, and their cords, and all the instruments of their service, and all that is made for them, so shall they serve. At the appointment of Aaron and his sons shall be all the service of the sons of the Gershonites, and all their burdens, and in all their service, and you shall appoint unto them in charge all their burdens. This is the service of the families of the sons of Gershon in the tabernacle of the congregation, and their charge shall be under the hand of Ithamar the son of Aaron the priest. As for the sons of Merari, thou shalt number them after their families by the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even unto 50 years old shalt thou number them, every one that entereth into the service to do the work of the tabernacle of the congregation. And this is the charge of their burden, according to all their service in the tabernacle of the congregation. The boards of the tabernacle, and the bars thereof, and the pillars thereof, and the sockets thereof, and the pillars of the court round about, and their sockets, and their pins, and their cords, with all their instruments, and with all their service, and by name you shall reckon the instruments of all the charge of their burden. This is the service of the families of the sons of Merari, according to all their service in the tabernacle of the congregation, under the hand of Ithamar the son of Aaron the priest. And Moses and Aaron and the chief of the congregation numbered the sons of the Kohathites after their families, after the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even unto 50 years old, every one that entereth into the service for the work of the tabernacle of the congregation. And those that were numbered of them by their families were 2,750. These were they that were numbered of the families of the Kohathites, all that might do service in the tabernacle of the congregation, which Moses and Aaron did number according to the commandment of Yahuwah by the hand of Moses. And those that were numbered of the sons of Gershon throughout their families, and by the house of their fathers, from 30 years old and upward, even unto 50 years old, every one that entereth into the service for the work in the tabernacle of the congregation. 40. Even those who were counted of them by their families, by their fathers' houses, were 2,630. These are those who were counted of the families of the sons of Gershon, all who served in the tent of meeting, whom Moses and Aaron counted according to the commandment of Yahuwah. Those who were counted of the families of the sons of Merari, by their families, by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone who entered into the service for work in the tent of meeting, even those who were counted of them by their families, were 3,200. These are those who were counted of the families of the sons of Merari, whom Moses and Aaron counted according to the commandment of Yahuwah by Moses. All those who were counted of the Levites, whom Moses and Aaron and the princes of Israel counted by their families and by their fathers' houses, from 30 years old and upward, even to 50 years old, everyone who entered in to do the work of the service and the work of bearing burdens in the tent of meeting. Even those who were counted of them were 8,580, according to the commandment of Yahuwah. They were counted by Moses, everyone according to his service and according to his burden. Thus were they counted by him, as Yahuwah commanded Moses. 49. Looks like, yep, 49 is it. Okay, so in the Giza Verm's Dead Sea Scrolls, you will see, and yep, this is in the the community. Okay, let's go back to it. Yep, at the age of 20 years, he shall be enrolled, that he may enter upon his allotted duties. What did we just see in Numbers? In the midst of his family, and be joined to the holy congregation. He shall not approach a woman to know her by lying with her before he is fully 20 years old, when he shall know good and evil. And thereafter he shall be accepted when he calls to witness the judgments of the laws, and shall be allowed to assist at the hearing of judgments. At the age of 25 years old, he may take his place among the foundations, the officials. That's a translator note there. The foundations of the holy congregation to work in the service of the congregation. At the age of 30 years old, he may approach to participate in lawsuits and judgments, and may take his place among the chiefs of the thousands of Israel, the chiefs of the hundreds, fifties, and tens, the judges and the officers of their tribes, and all their families, under the authority of the sons of Aaron the priests. And every head of family in the congregation who is chosen to hold office to go and come before the congregation shall strengthen his loins, that he may perform his task among his brethren in accordance with his understanding and the perfection of his way, according to whether this is great or little. So shall one man be honored more than another. Whether he's great or little. Where do we hear that before? Where's that? Okay, every man. Let's see. There we go. Oh, well, that's part of it. Let's see. 1 Peter 4:10. As every man hath received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of Yahuwah. See, as every man hath received. So that's part of it. And yeah, the Messiah said, John answered and said, okay, so John said, John 3:27, a man can receive nothing except it be given him from heaven. So we got, where's that? When a man is advanced in years, he shall be given a duty in the service of the congregation in proportion to his strength. No simpleton shall be chosen to hold office in the congregation of Israel with regard to lawsuits or judgment, nor to carry any responsibility in the congregation, nor shall he hold any office in the war destined to vanquish the nations. The war destined to vanquish the nations. His family shall merely inscribe him in the army register, and he shall do his service and task work in proportion to his capacity. They like to stick that Jewish thing in there. They're not Jewish, they're Hebrews, Israelites. Let them prepare on the 14th day of the first month, between dusk and dark, the Passover of Yahuwah. There's his name again. They shall sacrifice it before the evening offering, and shall sacrifice. Men from 20 years old of age and over shall prepare it. They shall eat it at night in the holy courts. They shall rise early, and each shall go to his tent. Oh, interesting. This is a fragment of Testament of Amram. Then when the days of the banquet was completed, he sent to call his son, Aaron his son. He was about 20 years old. Said to him, "Call my son, the messengers, your brothers from the house of." This is the Messianic rule, the Messiah. Their enrollment into the sect. What did Paul say of the sect of the Nazarenes? The way which they call a sect. Acts 24:14, but this I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call heresy, so worship I the Elohim of my fathers, believing all things which are written in the law and in the prophets. Acts 28:22, but we desire to hear of thee what thou thinkest, for as concerning this sect, we know that everywhere it is spoken against. So guess what? If you're spoken against everywhere, you might be doing the right thing. But it has to be, Scripture has to back it up. If you're going around just bashing everybody and throwing everybody under the bus, and you're hated everywhere, or spoken against, that's for good reason too. Acts, let's see, that most straightest sect of our, I led the Pharisee. Well, see, here's another sect. He lived a Pharisee. That's not the sect you want to be in. Sect of the Pharisees. Here's the sect you want to be in. Acts 24:5, for we have found this man a pestilent fellow and a mover of sedition among all the Judeans, not Jews, throughout the world, and a ringleader of the sect of the Nazarenes. That's the sect you want to be a part of. Not the sect of Sadducees, not the sect of Roman Catholics, not the sect of Jews, not the sect of Pharisees, not the Messianic sect, the Nazarenes. The Messianic sect follows the Pharisees, the Jews. Wrong. Sect of Nazarenes, the way they call heresy. The world calls heresy. Why is it the sect of the Nazarenes? The Messiah, spoken by the prophets, he shall be called a Nazarene. So, it's interesting. You got, from his youth they shall instruct him in the book of meditation, and shall teach him according to his age the precepts of the covenant. So there's your precept for being entering in. They shall be educated in their statutes for 10 years. So from the age of 10 to 20, they had to study the precepts of the covenant. At the age of 20 years, he shall be enrolled, that he may enter upon his allotted duties in the midst of his family, and be joined to the holy congregation. Did I start studying the covenant at 10 years old? No. It's a long time. 10 years to 20 years old. Most people wake up and in 2 years they're like, Torah expert. No. Not unless Yah does it to you. So 5. Numbers chapter 7. No, not chapter 7. Oh, it skips. Okay, so we're missing 5 and 6 in the Dead Sea Scrolls. And I guess we'll do 5 here. Happy Sabbath, Shelby. And happy Sabbath, Kingdom Faith Outdoors. So Numbers 5 in the Samaritan Pentateuch. We don't have it in the Dead Sea Scrolls. So, and Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, command the children of Israel that they put out of the camp every leper and everyone that hath an issue, and whosoever is defiled by the dead. Both male and female shall you put out, without the camp shall you put them, that they defile not their camps, in the midst whereof I dwell. And the children of Israel did so, and put them out without the camp. As Yahuwah spake unto Moses, so did the children of Israel. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, to say, when a man or woman shall commit any sin that men commit, to do a trespass against Yahuwah, and that person be guilty, then they shall confess their sin which they have done, and he shall recompense his trespass with the principal thereof, and add unto it the fifth part thereof, and give it unto him against whom he hath trespassed. But if the man have no kinsman to recompense the trespass unto, let the trespass be recompensed unto Yahuwah, even to the priest, beside the ram of the atonement, whereby an atonement shall be made for him. And every offering of all the holy things of the children of Israel, which they bring unto the priest, shall be his. And every man's hallowed things shall be his. Whatsoever any man giveth the priest, it shall be his. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, If any man's wife go aside and commit a trespass against him, and a man lie with her carnally, and it be hid from the eyes of her husband, and be kept close, and she be defiled, and there be no witness against her, neither she be taken with the manner, and the spirit of jealousy come upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be defiled, or if the spirit of jealousy come upon him, and he be jealous of his wife, and she be not defiled, then shall the man bring his wife unto the priest, and he shall bring her offering for her, the 10th part of an ephah of barley meal. He shall pour no oil upon it, nor put frankincense thereon, for it is an offering of jealousy, an offering of memorial, bringing iniquity to remembrance. And the priest shall bring her near, and set her before Yahuwah, and the priest shall take the holy water in an earthen vessel, and of the dust that is in the floor of the tabernacle the priest shall take, and put it into the water. And the priest shall set the woman before Yahuwah, and uncover the woman's head, and put the offering of memorial in her hands, which is the jealousy offering. And the priest shall have in his hand the bitter water that causeth the curse, and the priest shall charge her by an oath, and say unto the woman, If no man hath lain with thee, and if thou hast not gone aside to uncleanness, but with another instead of thy husband, be thou free from this bitter water that causes thee curse. But if thou hast gone aside to another instead of thy husband, and if thou be defiled, and some man have lain with thee beside thine husband, then the priest shall charge the woman with an oath of cursing, and the priest shall say unto the woman, Yahuwah make thee a curse and an oath among the people, when Yahuwah doth make thy thigh to rot, and thy belly to swell. And this water that causeth the curse shall go into thy bowels, to make thy belly to swell, and thy thigh to rot. And the woman shall say, Amen, Amen. And the priest shall write these curses in a book, and he shall blot them out with the bitter water, and he shall cause the woman to drink the bitter water that causeth the curse, and the water that causeth the curse shall enter into her and become bitter. Then the priest shall take the jealousy offering out of the woman's hand, and shall wave the offering before Yahuwah, and offer it upon the altar. And the priest shall raise a handful of the offering, even the memorial thereof, and burn it upon the altar, and afterwards shall cause the woman to drink the water. And when he hath made her to drink the water, then it shall come to pass that if she be defiled, and have done trespass against her husband, that the water that causes the curse shall enter into her, and become bitter, and her belly shall swell, and her thigh shall rot, and the woman shall be a curse among her people. And if the woman be not defiled, but be clean, then she shall be free, and shall conceive seed. This is the law of jealousies, when a wife goeth aside to another instead of her husband, and is defiled, or when the spirit of jealousy cometh upon him, and he be jealous over his wife, and shall set the woman before Yahuwah, and the priest shall execute upon her all this law. Then shall the man be guiltless from iniquity, and this woman shall bear her iniquity. Rough. That might cut down going astray. Let's see, number 6. Yep, I'll go ahead and read 6. Number 6, And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, When either man or woman shall separate themselves to vow a vow of a Nazarite, what we just read earlier, Nazarite, to separate themselves unto Yahuwah, He shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine or vinegar of strong drink, neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, nor eat moist grapes or dried. All the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree, from the kernels even to the husk. All the days of the vow of his separation there shall no razor come upon his head, until the days be fulfilled, in the which he separateth himself unto Yahuwah. He shall be holy, and shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. All the days that he separated himself unto Yahuwah, he shall come at no dead body. He shall not make himself unclean for his father, or for his mother, for his brother, or for his sister, when they die, because the consecration of Yahuwah is upon his head. Now that's interesting. He shall come at no dead body. Messiah said in Matthew 8:22, Yahushua said unto him, Follow me, and let the dead bury their dead. Said right here, he shall be called a Nazarene. What is that? Let's see. Matthew 11:19. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, they say, Behold a man gluttonous and a winebibber, a friend of publicans and sinners, but wisdom is justified of her children. They called him a winebibber. They called him a winebibber. Does that mean he was drinking wine? Huh. Separate himself from wine and strong drink, shall drink no vinegar of wine or vinegar of strong drink, neither shall he drink any liquor of grapes, nor eat moist grapes or dried. Was the Messiah a Nazarite? Huh. Verse 7, he shall not make himself unclean for his father. Okay, with consecration of his Elohim is upon his head. John 1:32, and John bare record, saying, I saw the Spirit descending from heaven like a dove, and it abode upon him. Mark 1:10, straightway coming up out of the water, he saw the heavens open, the Spirit like a dove descending upon him. When you're standing in the water, what's the first thing something coming out of heaven's going to hit? Just a thought. Verse 8, all the days of his separation he is holy unto Yahuwah. And if any man die very suddenly by him, and he hath defiled the head of his consecration, then he shall shave his head in the day of his cleansing, and on the 7th day shall he shave it. And on the 8th day he shall bring 2 turtles and 2 young pigeons to the priest, to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And the priest shall offer the one for the sin offering, and the other for a burnt offering, and make an atonement for him, that he sinned by the dead, and shall hallow his head that same day. He shall consecrate unto Yahuwah the days of his separation, and shall bring a lamb of the first year for a trespass offering, but the days that were before shall be lost, because his separation was defiled. This is the law of the Nazarite. When the days of his separation are fulfilled, he shall be brought unto the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. He shall offer his offering unto Yahuwah, one lamb of the first year without blemish for a burnt offering, and one ewe lamb of the first year without blemish for a sin offering, and one ram without blemish for peace offerings, and a basket of unleavened bread, cakes of fine flour mingled with oil, and wafers of unleavened bread anointed with oil, and their meat offering and their drink offerings. And the priest shall bring them before Yahuwah, and shall offer his sin offering and his burnt offering, and he shall offer the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings unto Yahuwah with the basket of unleavened bread. The priest shall offer also his meat offering and his drink offering, and the Nazarite shall shave the head of his separation at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, and shall take the hair of the head of his separation, and shall put it in the fire which is under the sacrifice of the peace offerings. And the priest shall take the sodden shoulder of the ram, and one unleavened cake out of the basket, and one unleavened wafer, and shall put them upon the hands of the Nazarite, and the hair of his separation is shaven. After the hair of his separation is shaven, and the priest shall wave them for a wave offering before Yahuwah. This is holy for the priest, for it is becoming for the wave breast and the heave shoulder, and after that the Nazarite may drink wine. After that, the Nazarite may drink wine, because I was thinking, some people may be thinking the same thing. I was thinking this a minute ago. Mark 14:25, verily I say unto you, all drink no more of the fruit of the vine. So he did drink the fruit of the vine until that day that I drink it new in the kingdom of Yahuwah. This is the law of the Nazarite who hath vowed, and of his offering unto Yahuwah for his separation, beside that his hand shall get, according to the vow which he vowed. So he must do after the law of his separation. And Yahuwah spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, On this wise you shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them, Yahuwah bless thee and keep thee. Yahuwah make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. So that was number 6. Cool. That was very interesting. Good read. Happy Sabbath again. Hope that was a blessing and helpful to somebody. And